Welcome to Code Jogging. In this video, we are going to look at how we can use AndroidView components in our mobile app development. Okay, so when you talk about the AndroidView components, we are talking about where we can call any of the Android views. For example, we have the image view, we have text view, we have a lot of views that um, you can use in your Android app projects. Okay, and those views are not part of the composable components. Okay, though we have 8 composable components in Jetpack Compose UI. So today we'll be looking at how we can inflate a view inside our Compose UI project. So for us to do that, we have to call the AndroidView component and then pass or inflate the view that you want to display, okay, in our project. So let's go ahead and then call the AndroidView component. So this is the AndroidView component. Let's put the cursor on it, and then it has two callback, okay, two callback functions here. So the one that's is required is the factory. So with the factory, that's where we can inflate our view, okay, the view that you want to use in our project. So in this video, we are going to look at the use of two views. That's the text view and then the image view. Okay, so the first one we are going to look at is the image view, which is not part of the composable component in Compose UI. Okay, so we can call the image view. So this one is a view, which is a function, and it accepts a parameter here. So we have to pass a view. So this is the view that you are going to pass. So, but if we try to execute our code, there's no image that we are going to display. It's likely we might even run into error. Okay, so let's set our image. We can use apply here. Okay, so since we've used apply here, we don't need to call the image function again, the image view function again. So we can go ahead and then declare a variable here. Let's make it image. Then we can go ahead and then set the path of our image. But before we can set the path of our image, then you have to go ahead and then use the compact. Okay, so we have to use the context compact, yes, dot get drawable. So we are going to call the image from our drawable folder here. So we are going to call this image. Okay, then we can go ahead and then have the path here. So drawable as usual, then we can select the image. Okay, and this one accepts two parameters. So the context, then we pass the view here. So this is the context. So now this is our image. So we are now going to display it in our image view. So for us to use this image, then you have to call the set image drawable, because we are dealing with drawable here. Then we pass our image. Okay, then we can go ahead and then execute our code. So let's execute our code to make sure that there's no error. Okay, yes, so now we've been able to display our image using the image view with the same code here, or with the same image view code here. We can use this image in Compose UI. So with this image, okay, then we can go ahead and then pass our drawable here. Then we set this one to null. So let's wrap this one with the paint resources. Okay, so let's use column here so that we can display both. Okay, and then let's give it space. So we can have modifier space height. Then we can give it 10 dp. So let's import the dp here. Okay, so now let's execute our code. With this code here, that's what we've done in a composable form here. Okay, so this one is a view that we've inflated here. Okay, and this one is the compose UI code here. So let's run the two. Okay, so let's run the two and then compare. Okay, now you can see that we have the two codes here and then the images are displaying perfectly here. So you can decide to use the composable component here, or you can use a view here. Either ways you choose will work perfect for your project. Okay, so the next step we are going to look at is we are going to add the test view. Okay, so let me add space here and then let's add a test view to it. Okay, so let's give it 10 dp. Okay, so for us to use the test view, because AndroidView takes one view here, because we can inflate one view here, then we can go ahead and then create another AndroidView here. So the same processes. So now we can go ahead and then call our test field. So we can go ahead and then call our test field. So our test view here, sorry. Okay, then we pass this view. Okay, then we can apply. Then test equal this is AndroidView. Okay, so with this, we can have this is AndroidView. Okay, and then the next step we are going to look at is we have to apply the layout parameters. So we can add our layout params here equal, then we are going to use linear. If you are familiar with the use of XML in Android app development, then you will know all these views that we are using here. So then we can set the params to first, we can use the match. Okay, so let's use the match parents. Okay, so let's import it. Okay, and then we can use the wrap. Okay, the wrap content. Okay, so with this, we can go ahead and then execute our code. Yes, if you are using a view here, it's advisable to use to call your strings from the string files here. Okay, so now let's execute our code to make sure that there's no error here before we continue. Okay, so we have our test view here. Okay, and then we have our message. Okay, so let me comment this first. Okay, and then let's execute our code again. Okay, so the default test that we set here wasn't working. So now we can go ahead and then use the update callback, okay, to update our data. So we can go ahead and then use, let me see where it ends. Okay, then we can use the updates. Then let's use our test view here. Okay, so view.test. So let's execute our code again. Okay, now our view is working. Okay, it's showing here. I thought it wasn't showing. In case it wasn't showing, you can still use the updates to work on it. Okay, so now it's showing here. So this is how we can use AndroidView component in Compose UI to inflate a view into our project. In case you have any question, you can leave it at the comment section. And if you've not subscribed to our channel, please kindly subscribe to our channel. See you in our next video. Bye bye.